Yes, sir.
Good morning. How you doing, sir?
What's good?
Niko Salama. Good to have you in the studio.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. First and foremost, congratulations. Let me hit refresh. Unajua tunataka kuongea in real time. Number inasema 460.9K.
Yes, sir.
It's expected.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
OG in the place, Bana. How do you feel? How do you feel, to drop the album and then the reception has been like it has been?
I feel good. Because, of course, I've been talking about it for the longest time. The pressure has been there from the fans constantly asking me, Khaligraph, when is the album coming out?
Yeah.
Because I started teasing tracks, some of the tracks on the album in 2019, 2018. So just to be able to get to a point where the album is finally released and, and seeing the reception from the people,
it's nuts.
Gives me peace.
Yes.
I'm very excited. I'm happy, and I'm just grateful to God and to all the fans who are making it possible for this album to be where it is right now.
For me, having seen you from the onset, right? Ukikuja pale Baricho Road, kufanya freestyles, Saturday morning and all of that, to now seeing the man that you've become, bro. There's so many feelings I get from this album, right? I don't think I've ever experienced you holistically as I have listening to this. First and foremost, I didn't know you were this spiritual. Tell me about this spirituality, bro.
But I'm always vocal about it, even on the first album, Testimony 1990. The title itself is self-explanatory. And I always say this. I come from a very prayerful background. Mamangu mwenye ni pastor. Unaona? So, just having a person like that to be the person to bring you up, anakureze, then definitely you understand that itakuwa na impact kwa life yako.
Yes.
So a lot of times, the way we do our thing, or rather the way I present myself to the people, it is assumed that, Khaligraph.
Sim Christo, man.
Sim Christo, man. But don't ever get it twisted. Mina ya Mungu sana, and I say I am where I am right now because of God's grace is sufficient. Yeah.
Listening to the album and first song, of course, shout out to, let's address this, right? So 17 tracks on the album. The first song, you start off by saying there's guys who dissed you on the come up.
Yeah.
TV stations calling you to embarrass you.
On interviews.
Let's get straight into it, right? Because what I want us to do is decipher the project. What happened?
There are situations that took place. Some things I don't even want to get into details because zitaresurrect stories ingine. But when I say that, they know what I'm talking about. They know
themselves.
They know themselves. There's also a part where I say that fake accent rapper finally made it. That good for nothing fake accent rapper finally made it.
That was bad.
Unachekelea kwa sura zao unaambia you thought this was never gonna happen. Guess what? I'm here right now. So sometimes I feel like it's very essential you address some of these things. So that people are able to understand these matters from different perspectives. Because in my position, a lot of times, people assume things and people don't even know the struggle or the amount of stuff that we had to go through just to be where we are today. So the first track basically highlights all these things. And I believe it's a proper intro for the album because it sets the mood for the album and it braces you so that you know what to expect. Exactly, yeah.
Now, when I was listening to listen, song number 2 is easily one of my favorite. I'll give you my top 5 by the end of this interview, right? All I Need, my God.
Yeah.
When that started playing, I was taken to church, literally. And let me ask you this. You just mentioned that your mom, super spiritual. Of course, she's involved in the church and everything. Ushamchezea ngoma?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah.
Because since I dropped the album, I've been up and about. So I haven't had the opportunity to have a sit down with my mom and play for her the album.
Yes.
But hopefully, tomorrow I'm going to Dubai. But immediately after I come back, then that is the plan.
That's the plan.
Of
Because
course,
it's one of those songs that I like the gospel vibe that it gives, right? So
Yeah.
for those guys who've listened and those who've not, I encourage you to go
I
listen to
actually
it.
have my sister on the hook. Some of the vocals there by my sister. She also happens to be a very good vocalist. So she laced a couple of harmonies on the chorus of the song. Yeah.
Now we would have not known that.
Now you know.
Definitely. So, of course, the man Khaligraph Jones in the building. And, of course, we're just chopping up the whole album. One of the things that stands out, right, is, of course, your work ethic, right? I don't quite remember on what song, but you, towards the tail end, you said, Niko studio Sunday to Sunday.
Napanga traki. Warazi nataka niende mi wanda wapi. I'm so attached to the hustle. Jaribu lete zogo nkufanyie venye Red Sun alifanya Sapi.
Shout out to Red Sun and of course to Sapi as well.
Yeah. It's all love. It's all
love.
Yeah.
Right? But Sunday to Sunday, man, what gives you this whole what is it that motivates you to be in the studio like that, bro? Like Sunday to Sunday.
Sunday to Sunday, man, it's the passion, of course. I always say that the reason for me to do music is not everything that comes with it. Like, you do music, you get hype, you get fame. Everywhere you go, people recognize your face. They're like, yeah, that's a superstar. But for me, it was all about the passion at first, Like, the love that I have for music is what is always going to drive me to the studio. Me, every day I'm in the studio. But then mi utoka kwa nyumba asubuhi, nikienda kazi, naenda ofisi, naenda studio, ikifika jioni narudi home. Unaona. So for me, it's say I'm a 9 to 5 because 9 to 5 iko limited hapo hivyo katika. It's like yani ni kila kitu. For me, music is everything, and being in the studio is everything to me, because that's where I feel like I'm able to express myself and be myself, Yeah, so that's what it is.
Shout out to Blow Inc., of course.
Yes,
if
sir.
you don't know, now you know. Now, I want to get into something that I didn't quite know before. Your father, you speak about him quite a bit on the album. Of course, you talk about the struggles that you guys had to go through.
Yeah.
The rent situation, being kicked out, him and all of that.
Yeah. I was actually most of the times I try to keep some of these things confidential, because the way the world is nowadays. If you put out some information about you, then they want to twist it. Exactly. Yeah. So most of the times, we refrain from that. But on this particular album, I felt like it's only right that I address some of these things. And I was talking about, in 2012, my dad passed away, and he had diabetes.
Yeah.
So ilikuwa ni experience ingine noma sana, because in 2012 I was also on the come up at the same time.
Yes.
So and I was coming to I used to go to radio stations to do freestyles, and
I remember, bro.
So your time, I used to stay with my dad. So my dad passes away, and I'm on the come up, and familia tu kuna mambo mingi, unajua. There's a lot of things that are happening, but despite everything, you just have to get yourself in, unafaa kujirecollect.
Itabidi umejituma.
Unabidi umejituma ndio urudi kwa kazi, So imekuwa tu noma,
So sticking with your pops and everything, of course, living with him, unamwambia nimeamka, nimeenda mboka, niko hapa hivyo I'm going to stations freestyling and all of that. Was he supportive?
At first, it was a little bit, he wasn't all for it. But the first time they put my face on a newspaper, then he started believing in the dream.
Yeah.
Because I remember that there are shows where we used to perform back in the days. Wapi, I don't know if you remember those events.
I remember Wapi Bana.
Yeah, so that's where that was my first platform as a rapper. So
shout out to everybody from Wapi,
Point Blank, Buddha Blaze, Mwafrika, everybody out there. So after hiyo siku kwa paper mzee akaona like, this thing actually is starting to make sense.
Yeah.
So I believe from then, that's when he was like, okay, let's see how this is going to roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that you did, I was privileged enough to be able to watch you perform this past weekend, right? And one of the things that you've stuck to is greatest rapper in Africa.
Yeah.
On the song Ikechuku,
yeah,
you say East, West, South, right?
Exactly.
But one thing you omit is North Africa.
North Africa? But there North ni where? Ni
Ule kule kwa Waarabu.
Algeria huko
Algeria
nini
Yes. Ushaisikia rapa kutoka huko hivyo?
Sijawahi. By the pardon me for that, but I don't know anybody from.
Neither do I, by the way. There's not a lot of rappers from that whole region, but of course, Akwezi Kosa. But I like how you've consistently stuck to it. But that was one of the things that came to mind. Ulisema East, ukasema West, ukasema South, right? How could mention no one from North Africa?
Siwajui. Siwajui kwa ubaya.
Ojia watambui.
Si ati siwatambui, siwajui tu yani. I genuinely don't know them. I have never heard anything. I don't even know if they rap or they do music.
Yes.
But I only see them playing soccer, so.
Oh, yeah. Mo Salah, akina nani hao wote.
Ningekuwa naongelea story ya football, then that would have made sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know them.
Now, if you're just locking in, the man is in the place. We're just having a conversation about the album. It's called Invisible Currency. We're actually refreshing it in real time. Tulikuwa tumeanza na 462, right? Now we are at 463, bana. Boss, you're out here shattering records. Now, top 5 dead or alive.
Top 5 dead or alive, locally or just generally?
Let's keep it generally.
Top 5 dead or alive. Of course, Shady has to be there because you know.
Of course.
Eminem. Who else? Jay-Z.
Okay.
Nani. I say there's a rapper that I know you probably don't even know about or you've never heard of. He goes by the name R.J. Payne.
R.J. Payne.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that is probably is on the top of my list. There is who else? Nani.
Throw Sakodi in there or something. Ama tamfikia.
Kama if we were talking kama ungeniambia top 20 inge nini unajua naenda na wale my major influences, you know, the people who made me want to start rapping. So Eminem,
Shady,
Eminem, of course, Shady,
Hove,
R.J. Payne,
yes, Akina Immortal Technique,
nah,
nowhere,
no. Kuna mtu nasahau.
Think about it. You will get to it. Why I ask you that is because, of course, listening to the album, there was one particular point where we were so aligned. We're aligned on so many points, but this one was so nostalgic for me, right? When you gave dubs to Moafrika, shout out to Moafrika.
Yeah.
The joints.
The joint, yeah.
Unakumbuka it's the joint. Nakumbuka manze tulikuwa tunagoja kusikiza tenje when hip hop was being dropped, because at that point was, of course, when you and I, same age group and everything, was when we were now discovering the genre and everything, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And who are some of the people from the 254 at that particular point you were looking up to? You're like, manze, akina mwafu wanacheza hii, hiyo ni ile before kabla wanze hata kwenda wapi and everything.
Yeah. Actually mentioned some names on that particular joint. There is Akina Nanoma, rest in peace to Big Mike.
Nanoma, man.
Rest in peace to Big Mike. There is Kimia, of course, you know, you gotta give props to
Kimia all day.
There was Captain. I don't know if you remember Captain. It used to be Masimara's bro.
Captain.
They had beef with Akina Kantai, Akina Pavali.
In ile time ya West na East.
Yeah, exactly.
2008.
2005.
5 huko 6, yeah.
2005, 6.
Yes.
Yeah. And reason why I also had to highlight that Mwafrika on the song is because I don't know if I've ever said this, but if it wasn't for Mwafrika, sidhani kama Khaligraph Jones angekuwa rapper, the kind of rapper that I am right now. I would be rapping.
Yeah.
But you know, when Mwafrika came about, he introduced us to a new sound, and like we started experiencing hip hop on a different level. And there are a lot of things that we didn't know before that.
Yes.
So just being able to get all this information from him from the show called The Joint, ili expand
knowledge yako.
ya hip hop. Alafu hata ndiko maana OG saini OG hivi. So big shout out to Mwafrika and DJ Zach.
Hey, shout out to DJ Zach as well. Now, in a couple of minutes, I want us to go even deeper. You mentioned something that a lot of people are battling and not speaking about. What I want us to do right now, however, is to play a song that, which I absolutely love, right? This man that you feature on this song said that his upcoming album is not going to have as many long songs. I'm talking about Prince Inda. Shout out to Prince Inda, wherever you are. But I love this one because the OG went absolutely soft. Tell me about this song as we get into it. It's called Ateri Dala.
It's called Ateri Dala.
Yes.
It is a love song. I think at this point, people already know that Khaligraph Jones can sing. So it was just a point of, I wanted to prove a point. It was one of those songs where you want to prove a certain point, but at the same time, you're showing love to the beautiful women, you know.
Yes.
So that was the motivation behind the song, and of course Prince Inda, you know what he brings to the table.
Of course.
Yeah. So combine those two forces together, it's a murder case.
And you guys actually kept it short. How did you convince Prince Inda that you could actually get a song to be 4 minutes and 40 seconds?
I know, man. But when you start working with Khaligraph, then that's a different ball game. So everything you used to know from the thing how you would used to do your thing in your studio, things change when you come to my vicinity.
Yeah.
So everything we had to flip everything and we had to start from scratch. So alijua nilimwambia buda hapa wimbo la
isi 12 minutes
isi ohangla.
The OG himself, Khaligraph Jones, congratulations once again on dropping easily the biggest album ever. It's called Invisible Currency. Make sure you go listen to it. Don't just post about it. We don't do that. Make sure you actually go listen to it. 17 tracks on there and absolutely, absolutely heavy. Now, Maombi ya Mama. Let me actually get its track number 7, featuring Adasa. Man, bro, let me not even lie to you. That song spoke to me, right?
Yes,
you know, the things that I noted about the song, of course, you spoke about, once again, kicked out of the house, right? Another thing that stood out for me was when you're broke, people don't really care, right? And of course, you spoke about education.
Yeah.
Let's agree to disagree. Does it really help you get to the top of the game? That was spiritual for me. And of course, breaking the generational curse.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Maombi, thank you so much. I'm really loving the fact that you actually listened to the album. You know, that's good. Maombi ya Mama. Just like I said when we started this interview and you asked me I'm religious, I must tell you I come from a very prayerful background, and I believe that it is through my mother's prayers that Khaligraph has been able to elevate to this position where he is right now. On this song, there are some of the things that I'm talking about that I've never said anywhere, you know. Especially the part where I'm talking about also education is the key, but let's agree tunaweza agree to disagree. Ayanga mi tonda pata ki degree but kama da high school kama nimescore ki D, but D plus inaweza kupeleka wapi na form kiasi kijipa uko laki. But would you believe it if I told you that I was happy? Na si ati story ya chuo mimi nilikuanga staki. I dropped out for 3 years before I joined Seko. Yeah, I dropped out of school for 3 years back. I was in 2005 when I was supposed to join high school, and this was not intentional because
things were happening.
And things, situations in life. Some of these things you cannot prevent. My parents were unable to take me through school, so for 3 years I was out of school. And reason why I felt like I needed to address this on this particular song is because I'm the fourth born in a family of tuko sita kwetu, unaona?
6 kids, yeah?
Tuko 6 kids. There's my sister, my big bro, and then my sister, and then me. Sikwetu tulikuwa tunasoma. Tukisoma, tulikuwa tunasoma tunafika form 4. Nah, I don't know. Things used to happen. It was mysterious, and you just don't complete high school. Unaona, my sister amesoma, we were very bright. Inaenda kufika hivi siku ya mtihani, we don't haifanyiki, and it happened like that mpaka ikanifikia kwangu. So for me, I dropped out of school.
3 years.
3 years, unaona. But then I said, I need to go back to school so that I can. In cast flani, I feel like it's a general.
Bro, I feel you, because when you said that, I was like, you understand where you were coming from in terms of spirituality and what had happened, right?
Exactly.
Of course, your dad been kicked out of all of those things, right? And one thing that stuck to me was, bro, that was for anyone listening to that album. A lot of people say that education is
the key,
solves everything, right? But education is important. Let's not take that away. But the fact that you can't box yourself because umepata hii grade nini. So to all of those guys who are out there about to sit for KCSE and all of that, skiza hiyo ngoma.
Exactly.
I love it. Now, Kamnyweso, another track that had me in stitches, right? I love the flow of the album. A lot of good collaborations. Kamnyweso, for me, you brought Meja out of a particular box that he's in, right? Meja amerap nangoso kwa ngoma yako. How did that come about? Talk to me.
You know, Kwanko could spit another lingo and I make it look simple.
I love it.
Meja is I think ile time tutaka chini, after all is said and done, tuko naandika top 5 greatest artists to ever
grace the mic.
Exactly, in Kenya. Then Meja has to be somewhere there.
He's a king of being versatile,
exactly, and longevity. This guy used to do music when I was in primary school. I don't know primary or any, and he's still one of the biggest names out there right now.
Yeah,
because Meja is Meja, unaona. And it was only right that I get him for the album because we all know what Meja is capable of.
Yeah.
And I knew, of course, them fans were also putting a lot of pressure on me. The Khaligraph, when are you gonna do a track with Meja? And I felt like this track was suitable for that.
Yes.
Because I came up with the hook when I was nilikuwa kwa hao. Nasema my crew. Like, hey, hiki tu Meja anaweza. Okonko anaweza na hiki tu.
Yeah, anaweza. Ukamchapia.
Call Meja, pull up, because tulikuwa tunakutananga na Meja lakini hatujaikaa chini na yeye, unaona. Aka pull up, is a very big guy. I'm a big guy, but Meja
alikuambia weka chini.
Tukakaa chini, tuka vibe kwa studio, Jamaica come through, a very very humble guy.
Very.
Ilimlike sana hiyo siku, tukapiga ngoma. And just from the jump, I knew that this song was going to cause ripples and waves and all that. Yani.
I love it.
Yeah, it came together.
So many different collaborations from the album. Of course, I've got Khaligraph Jones. We're chopping it up all about the album. Now, before I even go into it, right? There's this guy. Let me actually, Kev the Topic.
Yeah.
Inner Peace is one of those songs where super inspirational. When you talk about you should never give up, that's the vibe, and of course find the gold within you. Introduce me to this cat.
In 2020, I had a song with BN called Esbana, and I had everybody in the continent was doing the Esbana challenge.
Yeah.
So Kev the Topic, he's from Ghana. And he also happened to jump into the challenge. He did his challenge and I came to find out about it. And I started doing some, background research about the guy. We started communicating. And from there, he had a song of his where he featured me on. And I had mine on the album. And that's how it came to be. But he's one of the most prolific rappers in Ghana right now. And very promising. He's a lyricist. And, when I was putting this song together, I felt like he was it. He was going to execute it the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he did. Yeah.
I love it. Now, before we even go back into the music, I want to tackle something that I'd kind of left out, but I really, really must ask you about this. Now, in this whole creative industry of ours, a lot of hate gets spewed around. A lot of daps don't get given, by the way. Let me give you your flowers.
Appreciate.
Bro, you're now about to hit what, 12 years or something in the industry, thereabout, something like that?
Yeah.
Back to back to back. So congratulations for that. So we love what you've done, right?
Appreciate.
But there's always highs and lows, right? And on Mambia Mama, you talk about contemplating suicide.
Yeah.
What got you to that point?
That was around the same time my dad passed away. Because I told you we used to live together, and he passes away, and I am left there with nowhere to go. I was kicked out of the house, which led me to do what? Nikaanza kuishi Dandora. Nikaanza kuishi Dandora. So your time nilikuwa na feel like
things are not working out.
Ilikuwa mbaya. Ilikuwa mbaya, because these things are happening and there isn't anyone who you can go and talk to and just feel like you're trapped in your own world and there is no solution to take you out of that situation. So nilikuwa hapo hiyo time. So nikionanga hata hizi stories za mental health zinakuwa addressed, manzena nasemanga we need to take them seriously because I was there at some point and ingekuwa tu kidogo yani things would have gone south. Yeah. Unaona. So I mean ilikuwa noma, but eventually I pulled through na nikashinda vita. That's what I say on the song. I pulled through, kashinda vita, because I mean pia God works in mysterious ways.
He really does. Bro, testimony. Yours is a whole testimony. Now back into the music, bro. Let me tell you. You and Scar.
Yeah.
What was that? Because here's the thing. I played the song, recued it. First and foremost, it's a very long song. It's actually the longest song in the album.
Minutes,
6 minutes, 14 seconds.
Yeah.
It's called Tsunami.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know whether you've thought of this, but this is a suggestion to you. But I feel like if you and he did a joint album, bro, that's like a Watch the Throne. I swear down.
Unajua, a lot of things are always said, but what people don't know, and you can call Scar to the studio, muulize, Scar nana limpeleka studio in 2012, nikimuintroduce kwa nini. I brought these kids out, Scar Mkardinali and Munga. Unaona? From the beginning, mimi hakuna mtu nilikuwa nimeifeel kwa hii Kenya anaweza kuja achukue spot yangu yani kuliko Scar. Unaona? That is why I placed this guy. And the respect has always been there, and that's why I felt like it's only right that I put him on the album. And we create ngoma ingine mbaya sana yani. Because at this point, if you're talking right now, Sky is one of the biggest rappers.
Easily.
Wakadiacha tuseme tu wakardinali saizi. Hakuna mse anashika wakardinali sahi hapa hivi mta.
Bro.
Hakuna, hiyo na mkitaka mlie lakini those is just facts. It's only that Khaligraph Jones right now I'm playing on a different league.
Bro, you're bigger than the continent.
Yeah, but wakardinali right now ndo wanasumbua hii area. Unajua?
So would you be open to that idea? Because honestly, how when I listen to the song, of course, you guys went bar for bar, and then you guys paced it up, right?
Yeah.
Line for line, right? Bar for bar. You guys, he matched up to your speed.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, whoa, this guys can work together easily.
Yeah. Of course, that is something that can happen. And Sky is my friend. Unajua ni boy wangu, tunaongeanga naye kwa simu, even matters not even pertaining music. So that is an open conversation I'm willing to have with him. Lakini bado sahi pia wanatesa kwa level yao yani. Sitaki ikae kama ati watu unajua venye watu siku hizi watu hadi anajaribu siji kurukia. Wacha mavijana flex kivyao jua kuna hiyo nguvu ya kuflex kivyao, but when we get to that point, then definitely we finna make that work.
All right. The man Khaligraph Jones in the building. We are almost getting to the top, but I want to hit you with a song that I absolutely love. And by the way, shout out to Khaligraph for setting me up with this song. So what happened was Kali and I, whenever he's got a new song, most definitely you can catch it right here on your all-time hit station. Just like we did with Sifu Bwana. Aliwacheza, by the way. Aliwambia 10 o'clock, he didn't drop it, but we premiered it right over here. Then this one, nabonga naye kwa simu at about like 9:15. Nikamwambia, mtumie ngoma. The album just dropped. Akaniambia, yo ni safi. Cheza. So I sent it to my producer. And the song is playing. I had to end the song 40 seconds to the end. Because yalikuwa na words zingine.
So words you bamba saingine. Sometimes you need to listen to those words so that you feel the full impact of the song. Yeah. So I did that intentionally. It wasn't right, but I did it anyway.
All right. This album is about to be certified gold by end of this day. I claim it by Friday. Itakuwa ni platinum haraka haraka. We're now at 467.5K. So you guys go on to Boomplay and make sure you listen to it. Now, you've been one person who's spoken about breaking curses.
Yeah.
You've been, we've touched on your work ethic, your thinking process, and so many different gems. But something that caught my attention, and I was like, whoa, I love how this man is thinking. You said, billionaire by 40.
Billionaire before 40, so got there, do the math.
Yeah.
I mean, we all, strive to be successful. We all want to be successful, and even when I say that, basically the intention is just to show you or to tell you that
Hatujafika bado.
Naona. We are still grinding, we're still hustling, and even when we get there, we're still going to hustle even more because it's never enough. It is never enough. But I'm very optimistic. But by the time I hit 40, you know what it is. Takuongea mambo mingi sababu KRA manze jo.
Shout out to KRA wanasikiza bana. Lakini unajua uli drop secret hapo hivyo kwa ngoma ukasema manze show mita na nusu.
Umesikiza album wewe.
Nimesikiza word for word.
Album wewe umesikiza album. Big up my G.
Tusigusie hiyo mambo.
Niko na pesa na show mi nalipanga mita na nusu.
I love it. Man, did you ever think that you would come this far? Like, of course, you've gotten this far, but are there moments where you just, you're in your feelings and you're like, man.
Sometimes some of these things you don't even believe because I told you when we started, we just wanted to do music because we love doing music. And we didn't even think about, the fame, the success and everything that is happening. I didn't even know that it will get to a point where I'll be earning a living with my music. Unaona, because mimi I used to be a bouncer. So nilikuwa najuanga hii bouncing ndio form because pia mahali nimetoka Kayole. So si wase wengi ungeona wametoka from such backgrounds reaching these sort of heights. So this is nothing that was foreseen. But sometimes you are grateful to God because, like I said, God works in mysterious ways. I had to be here today for those guys wala wanatoka nyuma yangu pia wana kitu inawezekana na waweze kuweka bidii. So, yeah.
100%. Man, let me tell you, I love the fact that you've come this far. You've been very, very inspirational to a lot of people. And I'll tell guys this, bro, this album is easily one of those albums that makes you learn a lot about the man Khaligraph Jones. Before we go, right? Kali Chronicles. That song for me, whoa. First and foremost, Jamaa Home.
Jamaa Home, where I got my sanity first. Guess you could say this is when I was handed the curse. I've been rapping since a kid and it's all talent-based. Wasn't for fame, I never knew that talent paid. Music was how I'd go through my silent phase and at the same time being a child my parents raised. Now if you're from where I'm from, you know what it is. When you're forced to be a man, when you're only a kid, you got bills to pay to people owning your crib that, unless you're going to get evicted and get thrown in the streets. I had to hustle hard and find a way to switch it instead. See, you got to find your purpose or your vision is dead. Nowhere to sleep, little cousin still pissing in bed. Papa sick as hell, he popping ridiculous meds.
Fam.
Do the math.
The way you articulated yourself, your journey, the freestyles, Shout out to Point Blank,
Shout
to
out to Point
Moaf,
Blank.
to Wapi,
Mwafrika. By the way, big shout out to Bien too.
to Bien.
He's not on the album, but
Yeah.
he's invisible. Ako apo invisible,
Somewhere.
but he played a very big role into the way the album sounds like right now. So big shout out to Bien. He's a very good friend of mine.
Yeah, man. I see how you guys be. Bruh, we've got so much. Yo, bro, we could be here for 2 hours, talking about everything that you've done. But I want to say thank you very much for this album and, of course, for your influence in the game, for staying true, for everything that you do, bro.
Appreciate that. God bless you. Thank you for having me. Guys, go listen to the album. Unajua kuna wale wananichukianga hata before usikize kitu. Enda tu kasikize kwanza. Chukilio chuki yako ndani. Enda usikize album. And then you know what it is. But all in all, God bless you. Stay safe. Khaligraph Jones. Yeah.
Yep. There you have it. Exclusive business right here on your all-time hit station, Trace Radio 95.3. Bro, I got to roll out with some gunshots. Let me see if I can get them over here. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody who's locked in. And of course, I love this one right over here.